In the heart of Vienna's old city, where cobblestone streets echoed with the history of Mozart and Beethoven, lived a quiet, unassuming girl named Elira Novak. She wasn't born into greatness, but she had something more dangerous, raw talent. And a reason to burn. At 23, Elira was the youngest violinist accepted into the revered Veldon Conservatory, a place reserved for musical prodigies and elite lineage. She didn't have the latter, and the prodigies hated her for it. Particularly her, Celeste Rayner. Celeste was everything Elira wasn't. Born into aristocracy, child of a famed composer, and gifted in performance but spoiled by privilege. When Elira's haunting solo at the Winter Gala stole the standing ovation that Celeste expected, the silent war began. At first, it was subtle, misplaced sheet music, broken violin strings, stolen practice times. But then it escalated. One night, Elira returned to her dorm to find her prized possession, a 200-year-old Guarneri violin, gifted by her late grandfather, smashed into splinters, its bow bent, its case burned. On her desk lay a single note. Wrong notes always get cut from the final performance. The conservatory did nothing. No evidence. No justice. Elira didn't cry. She didn't scream. She simply stopped playing. For months, she disappeared from the stage, her presence replaced by Celeste's growing spotlight. Rumors swirled that Elira had quit, or lost her edge, or was simply never that good to begin with. But she hadn't quit. She was listening, watching, waiting, and planning. 1 year later, the conservatory's 200th anniversary gala, the most prestigious event in all of Europe's classical music scene, broadcasted live, celebrities, critics, contracts, dreams. Celeste was set to perform her original composition, the Crown Sonata. What no one knew, not her, not the orchestra, not the directors, was that Elira had quietly returned to the conservatory 3 weeks prior under a different role, a sound technician's assistant. Hidden in plain sight, unnoticed by those too high on their own notes to recognize a familiar face in a black hoodie. Elira had gained access to the studio's entire digital system. She'd studied every audio feed, every stage cue, every solo mic line. And most importantly, she'd gained access to the pre-recorded safety track Celeste was planning to secretly use in her live performance. It was the night of the gala. The hall brimmed with polished shoes and hungry eyes. Celeste stepped on stage, glowing like a goddess in a crimson gown. She looked over the audience with that smirk Elira knew too well, the smile of someone who thought they'd already won. The conductor raised his baton. The orchestra began. And then, during Celeste's first solo, something unexpected happened. Static. Then, a screech. The entire hall froze as the speakers exploded. With distorted feedback. Celeste looked confused. She tried to recover. Played on. But the notes were wrong. The melody twisted, shifting from harmonious to dissonant, until the audience winced in their seats. It was no longer the Crown Sonata, it was a grotesque parody of it. Celeste's mic picked up her gasps, her panic, her trembling bow scraping strings she couldn't control. And then came the voice. Elira's voice, pre-recorded, calm, echoing through the hall. Greater than, some of us earn our music. Others steal it. Tonight, the world hears the truth. The crowd was stunned. Celeste dropped her violin. Security rushed the booth. But Elira was already gone. vanished like a whisper, her hoodie left draped over the technician's chair. Her job was done. 1 week later, the video had gone viral, millions of views, thousands of comments, all tearing down the once untouchable Celeste. Accusations of faking live performances, manipulating judges, and sabotaging peers exploded across every forum. Sponsors pulled out. Conservatory officials resigned. Investigations began. And as for Elira, she emerged under her real name, releasing a solo violin album titled The Silent Note. The cover, a single, unplayed violin string, coiled like a serpent. It debuted at number 1. Fire moral. Greater than revenge, like music, is best composed in silence and delivered with perfect timing.